can't promise that same level of entertainment, but I can promise exactly as much shimmying in my act. So stick around while I solve this puzzle. We did it. Okay, so Houston was talking earlier about how there's kids here and that's fine. And fuck that guy. Come on, guys. He was talking about how there's kids here. We're gonna keep it kid friendly. And I just want to preface my whole act by saying, yes, most of my act is kid friendly. Yes, I'm seeing some adults out here, typical. But it's an adult friendly act too. But I need you to know this now, folks. My act is 100% not teen friendly. I fucking hate teens. Here's the problem with teens, right? So, you grow up, you figure out who you are. That's cool. As a kid, you're just allowed to be whatever you want. That's even better. But teenagers are somewhere in between, and they don't have an identity, so they just take other people's, And that's worse than identity theft. That's identity plagiarism. Off limits, Growing up, you find out more and more about yourself. Personally, I know as I'm aging, I'm getting to know Martin a lot better. I've gotten to the point where I know the size and consistency of my shits before I ever take them. Hold on. I got a no wiper brewing. You got a good day coming up. Right? Houston kept, fuck that guy, kept talking about how the artists are limited to 10 minutes. You and I are going to find out the hard way that 10 minutes is a long time with me. So, buckle up, baby. I have a weird dick. Like if you... just ask me how weird my dick is.
How weird is it?
Which one? My dick is like if you cooked a whole bunch of spaghetti. Right? Bear with me. Got a whole bunch of printer ink. Just slathered that spaghetti in the printer ink. Picked the whole thing up and threw it against a white wall. That's the silhouette of my penis. My dick is sort of like a choose-your-own-adventure novel in that you get to pick your own ending. I mean, it's okay to have this weird dick. I guess the biggest problem is that it's too pointy to put on a condom because it just bursts right through. I'm just kidding. I got sex ed in Missouri. I have no idea what a condom is. The fun thing about abstinence-only education for me was that I was into it. I was into it at the time. I committed, And so they tell you all these different ways to never have fun. So what I did was I took it one step further, and you wouldn't know this unless you talked to or looked at me, but I play a lot of Dungeons & Dragons. So I'm taking it one step further, protecting my dick. And then I realized it was actually serving a lot of purposes because I love D&D. I was never going to have sex, thank God. And I got to prove the bullies right about me, which was just really helpful for, those kids finding validation. And really, what else am I here for? Yeah, but for real, guys, I'm, super good at sex, and I, have it all the time. I love it, and I'm great at it. I know all the positions. I know, BJ, over the jeans, BJ, hamburger style, hot dog style. It's very sexual, man. Here's the thing that I like to tell people. If you're ever on stage, make sure you're not sober. I mean, the stakes couldn't be lower for me right now. But just don't do it sober, folks. It's really dangerous. Do you guys have dogs? You guys like your dogs? That's good. I got in a fight with my dog recently. It's pretty bad. So, transporting your mind to Christmas time. Josh Groban's playing on the stereo on loop, of course. I'm sitting on my couch at home, eating just a jar of pecans. And Magoo's a dog. I don't know. I think that's a conceit of this story, but I'll spell it out for you if you need it. Because, again, I think there might be some kids out there. So Magoo comes up, and he's watching me eat these nuts longingly, like, one for Magoo. And, it's Christmas time. I got in the spirit. I gave Magoo a pecan. I wait for this guy's duck phone to stop. I mean, we got a whole 10 minutes. So Magoo asked me for a nut. I gave him one. Wait a couple minutes. Like, okay, Magoo, what'd you get me? Not a thing. Nothing. My dog didn't give me a Christmas present. And that's pretty upsetting. That's what started the fight. Months later, I'm sitting on a different couch with a computer. And I cannot remember if I read this on a nut blog or a dog blog. You know how millennials are with our blogs. Come to find out, pecans are straight up poisonous to dogs. Then I thought back to the Christmas thing. Serves you right, Magoo. Here's a little bit of topical humor. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the news as closely as I do. The celebs. I can't decide what I like better, the glitz or the glamour. I haven't watched the news, guys. I'm sorry. That was a bluff. This is more topical humor. The other day, I saw a squirrel eating a nut. Fucking classic. So good. You guys want to see a couple impressions?
Yeah.
Here's Bob Dylan upon discovering that I have stepped on his prized petunias. My petunias! Here's Bob Dylan after he finds out I took a bite out of one of his prize-winning tulips. My tulips! Here's a guy who hates blowjobs. Great, now my dick's all wet. Those are the impressions I got for you. I know this is kind of a limited time engagement just right now, but I hope to have visited that table enough to where they consider me a regular. Let me ask you this. Is there any bars around here that you guys would consider yourself a regular at? Anybody? Do you think you go to a bar enough? Yeah, okay. Who said woo, and which bar is it?
Smoke Barrel.
Okay. You go to Smoking Barrel. I'm actually kind of a regular at Smoking Barrel, too. I walk in, I say, give me the usual. And they give me a tall boy, a PBR, and a Pepto-Bismol. Anybody else have a bar that they're regular at? Tables and Ale, yeah. I go into Tables and Ale, I say, the usual, and they give me an escort out. I think that's about my time. Thank you guys so much. I'm Martin Callen.